Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our lesson today on grade 10 CBE chemistry lesson. I am your online teacher, Mr. Steve Gitau. This is our second lesson in grade 10 chemistry. Highlights of this lesson include number 1, energy levels or shells, or what we call and sub-shells, or what we call the orbitals. So we shall look at that. Number 2, we shall look at the maximum number of electrons in an energy level. Number 3, we shall look at the arrangement of the orbitals. Number 4, we shall look at the electronic configuration for the first 20 elements using the S and P orbital notation. In this substrand electronic configuration in S and P orbitals, there are some key items that we must understand very well. Number 1, what are energy levels? So energy levels are regions around the nucleus where electrons are found. They are usually denoted by labels. Energy level K for first energy level, for the first one, for the first. L is the second, M is the third, and N is for the fourth energy level. So energy levels by another name are the shells. Each subshell is, or rather, has what we call its orbitals. And indeed, we are saying each shell has some subshells. For example, if this is our nucleus N, we have the first energy level. We can draw around the first energy level, the second energy level, and so on. So in the first energy level, we have subshells S. In the second one, we have S and P. And we shall later on see how much of the electrons are found there. So this is a good opportunity to understand what is an orbital. An orbital is a subshell in a given energy level or in a given shell. So the first energy level has the subshell S only, and later on we shall understand why. The second energy level has the subshells S and P, and we shall come to understand why. Let's move on. In every energy level, we have a maximum number of electrons that can be in that energy level. Take, for example, the first energy level, which we denote as N is equal to 1. We see that we use the formula 2n squared to calculate the maximum number of electrons in a given energy level. For example, when n is equal to 1, then we shall have 2 into 1 squared, and that comes to be a maximum of 2 electrons. When n is equal to 2, we shall have 2 into 2 squared, and that comes to be 2 times 4. That means a maximum of 8 electrons. When n is equal to 3, we shall have 2 times 3 raised to the power of 2, and that is 2 times 9, a maximum of 18 electrons in the third energy level. So with this kind of understanding, we shall come to make a very good understanding of the S and P orbitals. For instance, in the first energy level, therefore, we have only the S orbital, which holds a maximum of 2. In the second energy, we have S holding a maximum of 2 and a P holding a maximum of 6, and therefore the total is 8. In the third energy level, we have S holding a maximum of 2, P holding a maximum of 6, and another one which we call D. We shall study this one in further chemistry. It holds a maximum of 10. So if you do the totals, 2 plus 6 is 8, plus 10 gives you the 18. Let's move on. What, therefore, are we talking about in terms of what are orbitals? Orbitals are regions where electrons are likely to be found, and they are subshells in a given shell or in a given energy level. So they are basically at grade 10, we shall put our focus on the s orbital. The s orbital is spherical in shape and it holds a maximum of 2 electrons. Then we have the p orbital. It is a dumb shell. I would like you to go online and check on the shape which we are calling the dumb shell. It takes that kind of a shape. All online they have shown us that kind of a shape. So a dumb shell kind of shape taking a maximum of 6 electrons. So every time you have the p orbital, the maximum would be 6. That means any number of electrons between 1 and 6 can fit here, but not 7 or 8. How are the orbitals arranged? The orbitals are arranged such that in the first energy level, we have 1s. In the second energy level, we have the orbitals 2s and the 2p. In the third energy level, we have the 3s and the 3p. We agreed that at this level, we shall not so much dwell with the d and the f orbitals. We shall concentrate on the s and the p orbital. So there is something that I would like viewers to understand. The 1s denotes two things. The first energy level, 1, has the s orbital only. 2s and 2p means that in the second energy level, 2, 2, there are orbitals s and p. In the third energy level, we have s and p, so we have 3s and 3p. The 3 here denotes energy level 3 with orbitals s and p. So that is very, very important. Let us move on. And here we talk about the electron configuration in s and p. What is the filling order? We fill from the lowest energy level upwards or to the high ordinal energy levels. So the first ordinal energy level is energy level 1. We fill it with a maximum of 2. We move to the second energy level 2. We have the s orbital first. We fill it with a maximum of 2. In the second energy level, as we had agreed, there are 2 orbitals, the s and the p. So we fill 2p with a maximum of 6. You will realize that in the first energy level, we do not have the p orbital because the first energy level holds a maximum of 2 electrons only. In the third energy level, we have s and p orbitals. S orbital will hold a maximum of 2 and the p orbital will hold a maximum of 6. And in the fourth energy level, we shall look at the s orbital holding a maximum of 2. And we are saying holding a maximum of, meaning if they are not sufficient, maybe you are at 3p and you have only 4, then you will show 3p4 and there will be no 4s. The 4s will be empty, so we usually don't show it. So that is the filling order. I want to say that again. We have the 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s in that order. Let's move on to real examples. Take, for example, sodium with 11 electrons. They will be distributed as energy level 1 in the s orbital with place 2 electrons. Energy level 2, in the s orbital, we place 2. In the second energy level, still there, we have the p orbital, a maximum of 6. So far, we have put 2 plus 2, making 4, plus 6, 10. So out of the 11, we are left with only one electron, which we put in the energy level 3 under the s orbital. So it comes to the 3s1. Let's look at the very last one, calcium, with 20 electrons. So in energy level 1, we place a maximum of 2. Energy level 2 in the s orbital, 2. Energy level 2, p orbital, 6. Energy level 3, s orbital, 2. Energy level 3, p orbital, 6. Energy level 4, s orbital, 2. That makes 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 6, 10, plus 2, 12, plus 6, 18, plus those 2 are making a total of 20 electrons. Let's move on. What is the relationship between energy levels and orbitals? So we are saying that the various energy levels contain the orbitals because energy levels are the shells while orbitals are the sub-shells. So that is very important, that various energy levels contain a given number of orbitals depending on the energy level. One important thing that we shall later on see later is that higher shells or higher energy levels contain more orbitals. That is something that we shall see on the sidelines. We have noted that one. Higher levels will contain more orbitals. And there is what we call the Aufbau principle, which says that electrons will fill from low energy levels to the high energy levels. That order of filling electrons is very important. Let's look at some practice questions. What are isotopes? So we shall see here, as we saw in our first lesson, that some elements have their atoms having different number of neutrons, but same number of protons. So isotopes are atoms of the same element having the same number of protons, but different number of neutrons. Or they have the same atomic number, but different mass numbers. Question number 2. What is the maximum number of electrons in the second level? So the second level can hold 2s2, 2p6, so a total of 8 electrons in that level. What's the difference between the s orbital and the p orbitals? One difference is that the s holds a maximum of 2, while the p orbitals hold a maximum of 6. Write down the electronic configuration using the s and p orbital notation for the first 20 elements. So this is a practice question which I would like us, part of it we do together, and then the part of it viewers you'll do at a given time. We take element number 1, hydrogen, atomic number 1, electron configuration 1. That means its electronic configuration will be 1s1. Helium with 2 electrons, so takes 1s2. The 2 electrons are placed in the first energy level only. Lithium at 2.1 will have the first 2 electrons in energy level number 1, so 1s2, and then 2s1. What about beryllium? We get 1s2 and then 2s2. What about boron? 1s2, 2s2, and 2p1. What about carbon? 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. You realize we shall continuously fill the p orbital until we have 2p6. The p orbital accommodates a maximum of 6, and that one will be there in neon. in neon, if I can write here, that will be, sorry, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. This is because 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 6 makes the 10 electrons in neon. So we continue. We have sodium. This will give us 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. That makes a total of 10. And then we move to 3s1. 3s1. For calcium, or rather this format will continue until we are able to go to maybe the last one on calcium, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. Let us confirm what is the total so far. We have 2 plus 2 making 4, 4 plus 6 making 10, 10 plus 2, that is 12. So we move to 3p6, 18, and then 4s2 making 20. So viewers, I would like you to put down this table and complete it for the first 20 elements. You can pause on the video, take your time, you complete it, because in the next slide we shall reveal the expected arrangement. So take a moment, you fill in the table. It will enhance the understanding of why the 1s energy level, the first energy level, has only one orbital, the s orbital occupying a maximum of 2. The second energy level has 2 orbitals, s and p, a maximum of 8 electrons, and that is 2 in s, 6 in p. And then energy level 3, and so on. Now, viewers, this is the expected arrangement for the first 20 elements, starting from hydrogen through the first 9 fluorine. You can see 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. If we move on to neon, we get 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Talk about others like sulfur, 16, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4, and so on. Talk about calcium, or let's take potassium, 19, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1. So we have a note there that the 4s orbital fills before the 3d due to the fact that the 4s has lower energy compared to the d orbital. We shall study the d orbitals, the f orbitals in further chemistry. So here I have a picture of the energy levels. You realize that the 2s, then we have the 2p, there is the 1s that's not shown there, 3s, 3p, 4s, then we have the 3d, and then the 4p. So later on we shall look at, we are saying here we should have the 1s also. It has been cut during the copy pasting. That is very important. And at one time we had said higher energy levels have more shells. If you look at the 7s, in 7 we have the 7s also accommodates others like the 7p, and of course we expect others there. If you look at 4s, which is very clear, we have the energy level 4 with the 4s. It has the 4p, it has the 4d, and the 4f. So this is what we had meant when we say higher energy levels have more orbitals. Like energy level 4, you can see it has the 4 orbitals, s, p, d, and f. That will be covered in further chemistry in our learning programs. We also like to have some diagrams here showing the arrangement of the energy levels. The first energy level being K, L, K, L, M, and N. We also have the aspect of how the shells and the energy levels relate. So this is something that is very important. We are saying the K shell has N is equal to 1, it has the lowest energy and is the closest to the nucleus. L is energy level 2, the second energy level. M is the label for energy level 3, where N is equal to 3. And that way, we are able to have that. The relationship between the subshells and orbitals. So we have the first shell, 1s. The orbital is 1s, maximum of 2. The next one is we have 2s and 2p, maximum of 8. In that shell, we have 3 sub-shells, the 3s, 2p, and 3d, a maximum of 18, and so on and so forth. In terms of energy, L has greater energy than K. M has greater energy than L. N has the highest energy for that in that order. So viewers, I would like to introduce to you my website, educational resources website, and this is the link, or rather we have the link which we can use at educationalresources.co.ke. Now it shows that there are resources for primary school, the junior school, and the senior school. And also we have resources for the 844 system, be they exams, be they notes, and so on. Also, we have 2 ways of reaching our educational YouTube channel. You can type the channel handle at Steve Getao, that's 660, and we have rebranded that to at Educational Resources Center. Our contacts is 0768 081 752. You can WhatsApp on that number, or you can email at educationalresourcescenter@gmail.com. So viewers, we do thank you for watching. Let us engage more on the YouTube channel and also on the website where you can get more materials. With that, I say thank you for watching, and let us meet in lesson number 3.